Okay. Nope. Now, let me get the positives out the way first. Of course, spoiler free in the beginning. One thing I do like about Jordan Peele is he has some of the best movie openings, like title sequences I've seen. Like the start of the movie before the shit really starts. Like he did it with Us, and I loved it. He did it again with Nope. It's like this title sequence where this imagery where you don't really know what the fuck it is, and the camera's either zooming in close or panning out, and you got the really incredible music playing, and that really you don't know what's going on, but like the imagery is cool and the music is really really dope. It was the same thing as Us. Us had some like near automata music playing in the beginning, like before the movie really started, and this one it showed the imagery of the horse. You know what I mean? With really incredible music playing. So the music in his movies is always top notch and all that shit. We had some cool imagery. We had some funny moments. When things were ramping up, you didn't know where things were going. Be like, okay, all right, it's got potential. You know what I mean? And of course, great performances from the cast. Like, had some surprise in there. A motherfucker that I didn't expect to be in there was in there, and you know what I mean, all that. So positives. What do you think?
I love the fact that he chose to be different once again.
Mm-hmm.
I will always respect that about him. He goes different. He doesn't follow the program. He doesn't follow anybody else's design.
He makes the movie he wants to make.
He makes the movie he wants to make. And I love that about him because I can literally see him in the director's chair displaying his image to the actors.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the way I can tell that he kind of, I'm not going to say he coached Keke Palmer in this movie,
mm-hmm.
the girl, but I can tell he probably told her, look, this is how I want you to be. Now add your own little spin on this character. Because she gave me life in that movie.
Yeah. And you could tell like they weren't really trying to play that role. It was like, they became the role. This was them. Like I feel like if I walked up on them, like this is exactly how you would be. So the acting was natural.
Especially Daniel
Kaluuya. I think it's something. I always fuck up his last name, but
the character that he played, quiet individual.
Yeah.
No nonsense type of dude. Love horses in this movie. Love animals, and I respect Jordan Peele for sticking to who he is.
Mm-hmm.
But on top of that, I must say, and this is just me being an honest person, I will not sit here and nitpick, but I have to say this up front. I will not be someone who jumps in line to watch any of his movies. I will not be someone who rushes to the theater to watch his movies anymore.
Fair enough.
Because it's not for me individually.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say, oh, y'all better not fuck with it because I don't fuck with it. It's just not for me.
Mm-hmm.
And the movie was horrible. It's just that it's not it's not what I pick on the menu.
Yes, it's not your style.
Not my style.
I get it. That's fair. That's fair. Like, man, I went to this movie with like no expectations because like his movies are hit and miss for me. Sometimes it's a hit and miss, or sometimes it's a miss. You know what I mean? But there's usually some things in the movie that I do like. Even the joints that I didn't really like that. There's still stuff in the film that I did fuck with and did appreciate and all that. Because you know what I mean, us had me until the twist. The twist. So yeah, there's that.
So in the moment while watching it, like we both agreed upon this in the car, there were scenes that we did like.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And I love that about movies. There are going to be scenes that you like.
There was some really disturbing imagery and there was some fucked up shit happening. And I like the fact that the trailers didn't really, well, the later ones started giving away too much, and so you really knew what was going on. Like the early ones, you didn't know what the fuck was happening. But then the more started coming out, you're like, oh, okay, so it's that, and you know what I mean? So, but they didn't really give everything away, and that's cool. Now, unfortunately, a lot of this felt like wasted potential, where they were building stuff up that didn't really mean anything, and all of that. And I know it's gonna be 1,000 breakdowns and 1 billion things you missed, and Nope, and all that with the red circles and people. You know what I mean? I know that's gonna happen.
You know, she only went to go see the movie because she's in love with Steven Yeun. She literally only came for him. She didn't go for the movie. She went for him. It was good to see him again.
You mean the chick in the theater? I mean, every chick in the theater was there for Glenn. Duh. I mean, of course. That's what they go for.
Continue.
So
Continue.
Now, man, it's like it's frustrating sometimes, man, because like stuff starts getting set up and everything where you think it's gonna be something, right? Like you think it's gonna hit a certain way and things come back around, but then when it doesn't, you're like, well, what the fuck? Like what you show that shit for? Like, you know what I mean? And in my mind, I was complicating the plot way more than it actually was. It's like in my mind, I'm like, okay, so that's gonna mean that, and that's gonna come back around, and it didn't. I'm like, but you showed that, so what? So I'm like, I wanted to like it more than I did, and I'm not gonna say I hated the movie. The movie isn't dog shit to me, but if a lot of the shit in this movie just felt like it was there for the sake of being there. You know what I mean? Hey, and I'm dancing around the topic right now because this is a spoiler-free section. I don't want to start getting into plot points and all that because I do want people to see it so you can make your own
interpretation.
Yeah. You can come to your own conclusion and all that. Whether certain things work for you or not. So I'm gonna dance around the topic and just say a lot of it felt like wasted potential and didn't really it didn't really pan out the way it should have. And
you know what's about to happen now?
What?
The internet is about to explode with, well, you need to understand, this really meant this.
Yeah, I told you, 1,000 breakdown videos. That's gonna happen.
But I'm not in the mood to watch the shit again and try to put the pieces of the puzzle together.
It's like some movies that's cool, but then what I mean, it gets old at a certain point, and I just feel like some of the stuff just could have hit better. And of course, there's always gonna be things you don't understand in a Jordan Peele movie because like he's that type of director. And it is what it is. It's just frustrating sometimes when you go in there and you see stuff like okay, all right, and then they just lose you at a point. You're like, but you had the layup right there, and then it's like you fumbling the ball all the way to the you know what I mean? Yep. Damn, man, I'm not gonna say the whole movie was a fumble, but it was just frustrating, man. It was frustrating.
It's like when you're downstairs, right? And I'm talking about when I'm mid sleep, and it's like me. I hear pots, I hear pans, I hear the stove come on. I go downstairs. It ain't no fucking food down there.
Cause I was practicing my fucking drum line. What do you think I was doing? Cooking for your broke ass? Fuck no.
What?
I watched drumline again. I'm like, okay, look, I get hype, and then I got my homie on the phone amping me up, and he's in the kitchen too. So we over there collaborating.
And y'all hitting on pans with spoons and shit.
Yeah, we collaborating.
Meanwhile, just like this movie, I'm thinking something is being stirred up. Thinking something is being mixed up that I'm really going to love and enjoy, and then the end is me walking downstairs and there is no plate for me to enjoy.
No, but there's a drumline that happened on Zoom. That's important too.
These niggas got metal spoons and beautiful pans, and they could have swore they were the marching band from USC or some shit.
But we was. You missed the whole fucking thing. You was asleep. You was asleep. Like we was sleeping this fucking movie. Like listen, this shit like. It's like some of this, man. Where oh god. I didn't want to walk out the film and have this feeling of like, damn, I feel like I wasted some of my time. And I mean, that like you always hate that, but there was just some stuff in this movie where I just felt like it could have been executed better, or I don't know, man. Like it just some things didn't hit for me. Some things did. Like I felt like it at a point they was in the pocket. I'm like, oh shit, okay, all right. I mean, the acting is cool. You know what I mean?
The creepiness at one point.
Yeah, the plot is cool. You got the disturbing imagery. Shit is fucked up. Like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? I can't say any of the performances were bad because they all killed it.
Great actors in the movie.
It's just like actors. It's like just some of the shit that happened is the way the story was told, like this disjointed way. Like, and the disjointed method can work, but I felt like it was disjointed for the sake of being disjointed, so you can overthink things and like see we went back and that meant that, but then it don't really mean nothing. It's like, okay, why'd you do that then? But it is what it is. I'm gonna say I wouldn't really recommend this movie to my homies. They're like, oh, you gotta see Nope. Oh shit. I mean, but I'll say if you see the trailer and you want to go see it, go watch it. I'm not gonna say don't watch it. Go watch it. I'm not gonna rant and rave about it, but go watch it so you can, because there is shit in this movie that's worth seeing. There's like, you know what I mean? I feel like if you watch this joint at home, you'll be disappointed because I feel like it hits better in the theater.
Because the sound.
Yeah. It hits better in a theater. Like watching it at home, it's like, But in the theater, like, okay, all right. It enhances the experience as theaters usually do. You know what I mean? It's one of them joints. So to wrap up the spoiler-free section, because we can't really say shit, I'll say if you've seen the trailer and you want to go watch this movie, go watch it. Come up to your own conclusion, and then you might feel differently. You might agree. Who knows? A lot of people are split with this movie, but go and check it out for yourself, and let the motherfucker know what you think.
That's what I want to hear. That's the type of shit I want to hear. You're not telling motherfuckers, don't waste your fucking time. I'm gonna see that shit. You be stupid as shit to go see it. No, you're telling people, go and get back to me to let me know how you feel.
Go and I want to know like what you think. Comparing to what I think and all that. Like, let the motherfucker know what you think after you go see it.
That way we can come back to the table. We can have a discussion about what could possibly be different in your mind. You try to persuade me and let me know if you found something different.
And you never know. That might be the case. So, with that being said, I'm gonna give you the 3, the 2, the 1. Okay, an issue I had with this joint is so the flying pillowcase from whatever planet it was from. It's going around, and at the end it's full pillowcase mode. It's just flying around and doing the little whatever thing. You don't know what the fuck going on, but it's bad, and it's eating everything, and it's just like, number one, you don't know why it's there, and I'm not gonna say we need to know why it's here, because you don't need every single answer in the movies you watch. Sometimes things are just there for the sake of being there. There's a lot of movies I watched where they didn't explain why the big bad was here and all that, and so this thing anyway. I don't need a step-by-step, list of where it came from, why it's here. Like, well, we knew why it's here, but all that shit, you know what I mean? But like the whole resolution just felt kind of like random, and it's like okay, so don't look at it and make it eat that thing, so that fucks it up. That just felt flat. I'm gonna tell you what, when things started going downhill for me was when the TMZ dude came. That TMZ dude was like the most random shit I've ever seen in a film. I'm like, who the fuck? Why the fuck? How the fuck? I mean, that type of shit. Like, he's just so, get my camera, get on camera. Where's your camera? I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, I know. Maybe you're trying to throw shots at TMZ and all that because they be on some wild shit sometimes. But I've met dudes from TMZ. They wasn't like that.
not like
it wasn't like you so out of source. Yeah,
like that.
Yo,
that killed me because of the way he popped up.
It's no. The way he popped up was fine because shit's happening. So of course that's TMZ's job. They got to go get the scoop and everything like that. But then you show up as a whole cartoon character when shit is like pretty much real. Like, I mean, you got your comic relief character, but he's a whole cartoon character in this motherfucker. He gets yeeted off the bike, and then even up to his death scene, he's like, this dude's like a cardboard cutout. Like,
you recorded? Why are you not recording?
Get your camera. Oh, it's gonna eat me. Get your camera. Film this. Send it to my boss. Like, I mean, of course he didn't say that, but you know what I mean.
The fucking flying frisbee / blanket comes over.
So like, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Like, finding out this motherfucker is eating motherfuckers, that shit is wild because you like it shows a little bit of it. The motherfuckers in the like little. And you get real claustrophobic. Like, they're pressed against that joint. It's fucking. It's eating them, and I'm like, oh, this shit is fucking. Like, you feel uneasy, right? And and this is when the movie had me.
Yeah.
Cause like when you find that shit out, it's eating them and just like puking out the fucking remains and shit, like whatever. Like get rid of the waste, man. Like whatever you got in your pockets. You know what I mean? All that shit.
Basically taking the shit.
Yeah, it's like that shit is wild. It's crazy. Like the whole thing with I'm gonna call him Glenn. The whole thing with Glenn and the monkey in the beginning, like they start with that shit, right? And you see the monkey, and the beginning of this movie is so fucking dope because like you see the end result of it, and the monkey like tapping the person who's dead, and then it looks at the camera, and then it cuts. I'm like, oh shit! So the whole time you're thinking, oh, this shit gonna come back around. This shit play. There's something going on here. That's really creepy because he looks directly at you, and then the camera cuts. And you're uneasy. You're like, oh fuck, like am I involved in this shit? You know what I mean? And it goes back, and you see exactly what happened, him snapping and all that. And I don't know if him snapping was because like at the end of it, it looks like he comes to and I was like, what the fuck did I do? Like,
right.
I mean,
and it makes you think, oh shit.
Like, did the alien take him over? Like, is that why that happened? Like, is it some mind control shit? You know what I mean? And it's like he really looks remorseful. It's like, oh fuck. Like he's tapping, like, get up. And he realizes what he did, and he goes to Glenn and tries to do the fist bump thing that they do. That's when you start feeling bad for the motherfucker. Like, it was it not his fault? Like, there's somebody getting, and they pop him right in the fucking head. So like they're showing this shit. Like, this is important. This plays a role, and they're showing that Glenn has this trauma, right? It's fucked him up for years, of course, as it does, because he was a child actor. You see that shit as a kid, that's gonna stick with you for the rest of your life. So, I mean, it's going back and forth and it's showing that shit. So, like, okay, that's got to play a role or something. But then ultimately, it doesn't really, unless it shows that the alien took the chimp over. Like, but other than that, it's like, what was really the point of that? I mean, you see the shoe standing up, but it's like you brought up a point. It's like maybe that was because of the alien. But like, as far as I know, the alien doesn't cause gravity to change. All it does is show up and eat motherfuckers.
And he it fucks with electrical devices.
Yeah.
So
And it turns that off.
I had to go back to my damn. So I said, hold up. They never really showed that the alien comes through, and at the time of him coming through, it makes things defy gravity.
Yeah.
So for that slipper to be raised on its own, I was like, oh shit. But then I said, never mind. And for the monkey to be acting crazy and then coming back to his senses, I was like, hold up. Is he being not possessed, but is the alien controlling him?
Yeah.
And the movie shows you that the alien had nothing to do with that fucking monkey.
As far as I know, because like the camera dude at the end who lost his shit and went up, like he's talking crazy shit,
and all the power was still on.
Like he's talking crazy shit. So it's like, did the alien do that? But I don't think really, because like he was talking cryptic, but I don't think he was talking cryptic because the alien had any, you know, it didn't interfere with his brain. You know what I mean? So it's like, he's like, yeah, dude, we don't deserve the impossible shot. He goes up and he pretty much has his final stand, which doesn't really mean anything ultimately because he achieves nothing. So he's got the camera with a ramble yell, and then he just gets eaten. I'm like, well, what the fuck was that for? Like, what?
That's the argument that I'm waiting for. I am waiting for one of these people who, you know, specialize in
I need to see if somebody saw something that I didn't there. Like, because why did he do that? I need to know why exactly he did that, because like it's not like the feed was going to where they were and getting recorded, because all that shit was off. So like him going up there and shooting that was like, what was it for? Like, why did he do that? Like,
even Main Man said, he was like, yo, Main Man's out. He said something about boom, boom.
Like, he's talking some cryptic shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck going on.
And I thought that after the cryptic message that he gave to Mr. Camera Boy, the cryptic message led to him going to the top of the mountain, just like you said, to still record. He said the world doesn't deserve to see the impossible. But then you go to the top of the mountain, you keep recording. You taking it to heaven with you?
Yeah, eating immediately. And here's where I start like complicating the story and overthinking it. I thought like, cause he took some pills beforehand, like before the whole filming thing. So I'm like, maybe the pills, like he thinks that's gonna fuck with the digestion of the alien, and maybe he's getting eaten, so to fuck it up. Nah, that didn't do anything. So it wasn't that. I'm in my mind, I'm trying to work through why the fuck he did that. I still don't know. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I obviously missed something there. So if somebody gonna break it down to me what exactly he did that shit for, then okay, cool.
I'm open to it.
Yeah, like,
I'm open.
Let me know what the fuck I missed, because I missed something, because I don't know why he did that. Also, them doing a disjointed thing and going back to the past and the present and talking about different horses and whatever like that. I need to know why, because it didn't really serve a purpose to me in telling the story. Like, I mean, it did, but like this whole disjointed thing, I feel like I was trying to make it fancier than it actually was. Not no shade thrown to the movie, nothing like that, but I feel like it could have been told regularly without jumping all over the place, because it didn't really make it any more creepy than it already was. Because like, I mean, you had everything going for you already. When you find out the frisbees eating motherfuckers and all that shit. Okay, they worked out. If you don't look at it, it doesn't get you. Okay, you know what I mean?
But even when they figured that stuff out, I was so focused on Glenn having a connection with the frisbee somehow, but the connection wasn't really a connection. It just seemed like he timed whenever
like he was working out to his advantage.
Right,
like profiting all off the motherfucker being there, because like, he timed it, but because of, you know, what all motherfuckers did with the you know, the plastic horse and all everything like that,
it threw off
I'm assuming it's that it threw off the fucking time frame, and it showed up early. Like, oh, now I'm mad, get eaten, motherfucker. Now he showed up, got everybody and fucked all that shit up. So you think Glenn's gonna have like a pivotal role in this motherfucker? But no, he gets yeeted and he's done. That's it.
And then you show him as a childhood actor going through the monkey situation, and that meant, to my knowledge, it meant nothing.
It just like they building up his trauma. Like I thought it was gonna mean more than, but that was like a red herring. So like that happened for nothing.
I was kind of hoping that they exposed Glenn as an alien or some shit. I was hoping, but it wasn't that. And I was hoping that the father in the beginning, when the father had died, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hold up, there's something about that. And as the movie went on, there was nothing about that.
I mean, it just showed like the alien just
dropping shit and
puking the shit out, and then it fucked him up.
Now
like,
the noises fucked me up.
Yeah, the sound design was on point.
My gosh,
that was terrifying, yo.
If I hear that shit, I will offer your ass right at the window. Like, look, take this.
Nigga, it's not getting me though. It's not getting me. Like, you try to offer some shit up. I will jump kick you out that fucking window with no delay. With no delay.
I wish an alien would try to come over here and eat me in a week. Nigga, I will not bathe for the next 16 days. Like, oh, you want this?
It'll just eat you and get pissed off. That's all.
It's the flight around
be a dirty skeleton. Like, so it don't even matter. But like really disturbing imagery, like the whole thing, it hovering over the house and then like raining the blood and all that.
Yeah.
That whole scene was scary as fuck because like you got dude in he got Lucky back. He's in the fucking truck, and then you know what I mean, electric start going out. You know, you got the classic Sunglasses at Night playing in the joint. You know what I mean? Great fucking song. That shit gets all fucked up and all that, and then he's just stuck there, and it's just hovering, and he look at it, he's like, nope. And I'm like, that's how we would act. So that's realistic. That's realistic. So he's just sitting there, the fucking the saucer, the frisbee / blanket is over the thing, and then that whole scene was just like, it kind of reminded me of Signs. Like I got a Signs vibe right there, right? And I'm like, this is creepy and it's dope. That's why I say there's dope shit in this movie. It's just like, it's just the whole the resolution and all that just felt kind of cheap and I don't know, man. That whole third act was like just weird shit happening,
the way
and
they decided to actually take it out. Maybe somebody else would say, "Well, that was smart to use that hot air balloon figure thing to mess."
I mean, they found his weakness, you know. So yeah,
but for that to be its weakness, I understand. Like that's a different. I've never seen that weakness before. Fuck up an alien's digestive like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I give you that. That was different. But overall, I just can't wait. I guess I can't wait until Sunday. I am waiting for everyone to come to me with different information. Tell me what you found out, because right now I can't figure out what I tried to find out. Like I was wrong about the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems it's just like them showing stuff that didn't really pan out. It didn't really have a purpose to me. Well, just kind of like, I mean, I don't know. Some things just could have been executed better. I just got disappointed, and I'm not gonna say the whole movie sucks because it doesn't. It's just there's a lot of stuff there that it was lackluster to me, man. Where it got to a certain point, I'm watching, I'm like, man,
yeah.
It wasn't as disappointing as Us, because when the twist happened at Us, I'm like, man, what?
Yeah,
and it changed my whole vibe of the movie. Like, you know what I mean?
And we actually enjoyed it. We enjoyed the film as it was rolling.
Yeah.
But when the ending came, me and you both were just like, all right, cool. I just can't deal with it.
I'm like, what?
She enjoyed it. She fucked with it. And I kept asking her, you know, she can't talk. I let her write the whole thing down. She said that she enjoyed it because it was different. I respect that. I just can't lie and say I drove to this movie expecting it to be bad. I expected it to be good. And I was excited about it because it was a different alien movie from a black director. So I was so excited. But I gotta be an honest individual. I have movies I like and I have movies that I don't really care for. This was a movie I didn't really care for as time went on while watching it.
Yeah.
And I gave it a chance. I liked some of the scenes. It creeped me out with the noises. It creeped me out on some of the imagery. But when it went off, I fucking left the theater. I ran out.
I felt like the movie was cool. Like, it was cool. But you know what I mean, to me personally, that's it, really. Like, his movies are hit or miss for me. This one had a little bit of both. It had some hit, had some miss, you know. But ultimately, that's what I feel about. Some of that was frustrating, but you know, it happens.
Remember, I felt this way when we went to go see War of the Worlds. I was not okay when it went off.
Yeah.
I really was not okay. I was
liked
upset.
it.
And this is why I love people who love film. I love people who love movies because you get to have this type of shit. You loved it, I despised it. And that line is a respectful line.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I could have went back in time and told Tom Cruise, don't you dare take this fucking script, I would have told him that.
What do you think would have happened? Tom Cruise do all his own stunts. You think what you gonna do? It'd be collateral in this bitch. Like, yeah, don't make that mistake.
Pull it. Hey, where's your friend?
Don't ever tell Tom Cruise what he can and can't do.
Yeah, I would never.
Don't ever do that.
I ain't that fucking bull.
So, you know what I mean? This felt like, you know, it had potential, but it just didn't. I don't know, man. I gotta. This is something I gotta think about. It just didn't do it for me, man. It didn't do it for me. It's just some of the stuff I felt like it could have been like connected better, or it just like some of the stuff felt random to me. That's what it is. Some of it felt random, and that kind of killed it for me a little bit. Like, because in my mind I'm thinking, okay, well that's connected to that, and this is that, and all of it. But
yeah, random. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes random shit does bother me. Like some of the shit that you do. You'll date 8 fine motherfuckers, 8 beautiful women, you know, back to back. And then you fuck around, you bring somebody home on Christmas that looks just like Smeagol. And I'm looking like, why would you bring this around the holidays? That is the most random moment. And
you trying to project and feel better about yourself. Ratchet number 1 through 10 you bring over here. Now you trying to project. Like, that's not gonna fly over here, yo. That ain't gonna fly over here. You got the ratchet triplets. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
No. I don't. The only time
you went to 52nd Street to get the people you date. I don't want to hear it.
We lived on 52nd Street. The only time I brought home a ratchet female was when I was on house arrest.
Yeah, okay. On the steps. Okay, all right. I told
him, come in here because I can't go out there.
Wrist bracelet, ankle bracelet, all being monitored by the FBI. Like, I don't want to hear that shit, yo. I don't want to hear. You couldn't even take this motherfucker to 7-Eleven without them trying to grab everything. I don't want to hear that.
Hey, look, I didn't know that. I didn't know she was a klepto.
Couldn't even afford a lace front. Had a mop on her head. I don't want to hear it, yo.
That shit
I don't want to hear it. Don't be trying to project, yo. That's not gonna fly.
You brought the Hobbit home.
You brought the jail cell home. Whatever. Anyway. I mean, I'm glad I saw the movie. Am I gonna see it again? Nah. This is probably a one and done for me. But you know, it is what it is. His next joint, it depends on what it is. Like, I'm gonna be cautious with it. I'm not gonna run to see it day one, but you know.
But you're still gonna give it a chance.
Yeah, I'm still gonna give it a chance. So you know that's where things are for me. It is what it is. Steven Yeun?
Yeah, nah. Run!
It's like The Forgotten.